17-year-old young lady. And so this is the reason why I wanted to put together this rally. Because I too have kids that go here. I interact with kids that go here. I've watched kids grow and mature.
We stand with you. That's why we're here. We stand with you. We support you.
Thank y'all for supporting me. Because nobody else wanted to hear my story except for people that know me and people that know I would never do anything like that. I would never harm anybody. I'm not a fighter. I'm not even confrontational. I wouldn't even do that on purpose. And I thank y'all for believing in me, and I love y'all.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we got to follow up on the viral story involving the track athlete out of Virginia, the young black girl that decided to hit another fellow athlete, a young black girl, in the head with a baton during a track meet. Okay, they were running on the track, and the one girl decided to hit the other girl in the head, seemingly because she was losing. Okay, they got tangled up a little bit. The girl that assaulted the other girl, it seemed as if she was going to lose, that she was falling behind, and she assaults, okay, the girl on the track. And she started boohoo, whining, crying, okay, to the news, okay? She was also crying about racism and the backlash that she got. And just in case some of you guys aren't familiar with this story, here's a news clip so that you can understand exactly what happened. Take a look.
Tonight, a Portsmouth family says they're telling their side of the story in reference to a shocking incident at a Virginia High School League indoor track meet that left one athlete allegedly injured after she claimed she was struck by a baton held by IC Norcom High School senior Alayla Everett. Everett spoke exclusively to 10 on Your Side's Markeisha Jackson, who brings us much more.
The young athlete in question says there's more to that video than meets the eye.
Everybody has feelings. So you're physically hurt, but you're not thinking of my mental, right? They're going off of one angle.
Alayla visibly emotional because of this video from the meet. This was a 4x200 meter relay race, and she and a Brookville High School athlete were rounding a curve on the track when they nearly collided with each other.
After a couple times hitting her, my baton got stuck behind her back like this, and it rolled up her back. I lost my balance, and when I pumped my arms again, she got hit.
It appears intentional, but Alayla says it was accidental.
But I know my intentions, and I would never hit somebody on purpose.
I didn't have to see a first video, second video, 10 video. I know 100% that she won't do this to nobody.
Her parents outraged at the backlash. The IC Norcom relay team was disqualified, a ruling that a local USA track and field official finds questionable. He says a play-by-play look shows that the Brookville athlete was running closely to Alayla.
If a person comes up on the outside, they got to be a full stride ahead of me before they can cut in front of me.
The other family spoke with the news station in Roanoke asking for an apology from Alayla, something she wants to give, but she says the other athlete hasn't been receptive, blocking her on social media, and instead the Everett family was served with court papers.
And now we have to go to a city 3 hours away that everybody hates our guts already.
They're assuming my character, calling me ghetto, racist slurs, death threats, all of this just because of a 9-second video.
Yeah, so I think to most reasonable people, most people who are looking at the video objectively, right, who are taking their emotions out of it, can clearly see that that was likely done on purpose, right? But she's claiming that no, she tripped up, that she hit the girl over the head on accident, even though she doesn't seem very apologetic about it. She seems to be more concerned about the backlash rather than the fact that you physically assaulted somebody. And as a result, she's now being charged with assault and battery. And now you have the NAACP involved. Okay, the NAACP is coming to the defense of the perpetrator. And that is why I think this story right here is a shameful story. It is a story that should have been over a few days ago, right? But because for whatever reason in this country, okay, if you happen to have a certain genitalia and if you happen to not be white, accountability is just not a thing, right? People don't believe in personal responsibility or accountability for people with a certain genitalia and that are not white, right? That is exactly what's happening here. And the NAACP should be ashamed of themselves for coming to the defense of this young girl who, again, clearly, in my opinion, did this on purpose, but just won't admit that, hey, it was done on purpose. And she's definitely not acting as if it was done on accident. But hey, anyways, let's go ahead and get into this news clip.
We begin at 6 with brand new developments on a track meet incident gone viral.
A local NAACP chapter is also weighing in on what happened to a student athlete getting hit by a baton. There's a good chance you've seen this video of a track meet in Lynchburg between a student from the area and an IC Norcom High School athlete. Now, charges of assault and battery have been filed. A lot to cover in this tonight. 10 on your side's Markeisha Jackson was first to report this locally. She is live at IC Norcom with today's developments. Markeisha?
Aisha and Tom, we got that charge of assault and battery confirmed by the Lynchburg Commonwealth's attorney, and Portsmouth NAACP says it's concerning, saying that the viral video that many have seen does not warrant this kind of response.
We have to take care of our children more as a people. We should not have adults attacking young children on either side.
That's what Genoa Everett had to say about the extensive backlash his daughter Alayla has faced after a viral incident brought nationwide attention to the family. In the video, Alayla is seen striking an opponent, Kaylin Tucker, with a baton from behind. Alayla says her opponent was running very close to her. The closeness caused Alayla to lose her balance. In an attempt to regain it, she pumped her arm forward to regain her stride, and that's when Tucker got hit. But for many watching the viral video that shows the incident from the front, they think it was intentional.
Or just seeing one video and it looks bad from that angle.
A certified USA track and field official even slowed down the video to show just how close the two athletes were competing. And for anyone watching it with just the naked eye, it's just too close for anyone outside of these two athletes to call.
Leaving certain things out did so much damage to our family.
Listen, man. If it was an accident, then act like it was an accident. Because at this point, right, I'm starting to believe less and less and less there was an accident, just considering how this family is reacting to all this. Because if it was an accident, then you just say, I'm sorry, it was an accident, right? We're really sorry. Like, it really legitimately was an accident. I know it doesn't look like it, but it was an accident. We are sorry. You would be apologetic. You would seem to be showing concern about the victim, right? Rather than concern about yourself, okay? They're more concerned about the backlash that she's receiving rather than the well-being of the victim. In fact, in the video, the perpetrator didn't even stop. She kept running. Again, if it was an accident, why did she keep running, right? If I end up hitting somebody in the head on accident, right? Running around the track, okay? I'm going to stop and see if they're okay if it's truly an accident, right? That's what I'm going to do. Because ultimately, like, hitting somebody in the head, that's a big deal, okay? Doing competition. You would stop. I mean, if I accidentally bump into somebody in the gym, I'm the type of person, I'm going to turn around and say, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Like, I'm sorry. Like that's the type of person I am, right? If I accidentally bump into somebody or hit somebody or, do something to somebody that I didn't mean to do, that's the first thing that I'm going to do. I'm going to be very apologetic about it, right? I'm going to make sure that that person is okay. But again, that's not what we're seeing here. We're not seeing behavior that suggests that this was done on accident. We're seeing behavior that suggests that, again, this family just doesn't want to admit that, hey, yeah, your daughter did this because she lost her cool and that likely this was done on purpose. But instead of just owning up to it, they're trying their best to not hold her accountable, right? And again, that's the saddest part about this story, because if they just come out and tell the truth and say, yeah, I lost my cool and I did it, I'm sorry, I should not have done that, it will never happen again, and just accept it for what it is, they will look a lot better, especially the father in this situation, right? The father is looking real bad, right? Which, again, could explain why the incident happened in the first place. Again, you always got to go and look at the parents and say, well, what are the parents like, right? And what you're seeing here is that his father seems to just be going along with the daughter and with the mother, instead of just, being a father in this situation and making his daughter own up to the fact that, hey, likely this was done out of anger and frustration. But no accountability, no responsibility whatsoever. I haven't heard any apology. Okay, they claim that they tried to reach out to the family to apologize and that the perpetrator was blocked on social media. Okay, but the family of the victim is saying, no, we have not received an apology. They have not tried to apologize. So when it comes to the apology thing, I don't know what to believe. All I do know is that when this individual was talking to the media, again, I'm not hearing the apology, right? I'm not hearing the I'm sorry, right? It was an accident. I'm sorry. Like, that's not what I'm hearing, right? Can you forgive me, right? That's not what I'm hearing. What we're hearing is the perpetrator is the victim, right? No, you're supposed to feel bad for the perpetrator because people are upset about what she did. But if I was the perpetrator, right? If I was a person facing assault and battery charges, I would be apologizing. I literally would be groveling, right? I would be groveling. I'm sorry, right? I'm sorry. Whether it was on purpose or an accident, I'm sorry. I hope she's okay. Can you please forgive me, right? I would be asking for forgiveness, right? That's what I would be doing. I would be very apologetic. But again, that's not what I'm hearing. We're not hearing any public apologies, at least from what I've seen. Who knows? Maybe she has. I don't know. I'm just saying that in these news clips, from what I've seen, again, I haven't heard an apology. All I've heard is people try to make excuses for why this girl did what she did instead of just owning up to it. It's sad. It really is. It's not setting a good example for young people in this country.
To our family.
The Portsmouth NAACP released this statement in support of both families and called out the racial slurs and death threats that Alayla and her family have received. Lynchburg Commonwealth's attorney Bethany Harrison says a petition for 1 count of assault and battery has been issued. In response to that, Portsmouth NAACP saying, quote, "We are committed collectively to ensuring that the criminal justice system, which we feel is not warranted in this situation, is executed fairly and based on due process." Now, I did reach back out to the Virginia High School League for any updates on their investigation. They say it is still ongoing. I'll provide much more when we have it. Live in Portsmouth, Markeisha Jackson, 10 on your side.
A lot of people following this story closely. Thank you, Markeisha. Obviously, a lot still to come.
Yeah, so I don't know why the NAACP is still a thing at this point, right? Like, why does the NAACP still receive funds? Okay, why is this organization still functioning, right? What did they do, right? What have they actually done for black people outside of defend bad behavior? Because at this point, it seems to me that the focus of the NAACP, the point of the organization at this point is just to defend the bad behavior of black people. I don't understand why is it that the NAACP feels the need to get involved with this girl's case. Because in my opinion, I think that a lot of this could have been avoided by just owning up to it. Okay. But ultimately, at the end of the day, when it comes to certain demographics, accountability and responsibility is almost as if they're allergic to it, right? No. You can't hold a young black girl accountable for her actions. You can't do that. No, the NAACP has to jump in, right? They have to jump in and try to do something about that. You can't hold, again, black girls or black women accountable. That's essentially what it comes down to. It's like this every single time. Every single time. And when it comes to the NAACP, the hypocritical part about all this, everybody knows this, okay, to be the case. If the perpetrator was white, do you think that the NAACP would say the charges are inappropriate, right? Oh, no, it's not appropriate to bring criminal charges in this case, right? If the perpetrator was white, if that was a white girl that hit a black girl in the back of the head, do you think that the NAACP would be siding with the perpetrator? I don't think so, right? I think they would be boo-hoo-whining crying racism, okay? They would be saying, hey, we need to bring these charges and there should be no forgiveness whatsoever, right? That's exactly what they'd be saying. So again, the NAACP just looks like a complete and total clown show right now. And it's shameful, it really is. It is not setting a good example for young people. When you make a mistake, you apologize, right? You own up to it. Take some responsibility. Accept accountability for your actions. But no, can't do it, right? Can't do it. The perpetrator here, okay, apparently is the victim, okay? And we're supposed to feel bad, okay, even though they won't just own it and just accept responsibility for what happened. So I just think that they're digging themselves in a deeper and deeper and deeper hole. And playing the victim is not helping them out at this point, right? I strongly urge this family to just come out and to be apologetic, right? Any news conference that you do from here on out, just apologize. Just own it. Accept responsibility for it. Whether it was on accident, whether or not it was on purpose, doesn't matter. Just own it, right? Own it, okay? Stop playing victim. People aren't falling for it. Again, if they don't do it, then it's only going to get worse. I definitely think that, some punishment is appropriate, but I think that she's making the potential punishment a lot worse by, again, not just owning up to what happened. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.